So yesterday,
So I
yeah. So we have understand the instance, okay? So what instance
mm,
is, okay, and how
hmm.
to create that instance. What are the various parameters, configuration parameters that we have for the
Yes, yes, yes,
instance, okay? So
yes.
you know how to start the instance. So DB to start is the
DB
command
to start,
to
yes,
start the, and so to
yes.
stop the instance, so you can use
DB
DB
to
to
stop,
stop. Yeah.
yes,
So there is another option like you can forcefully stop the DB2 like DB2 stop
yes,
space force, but
yes,
never
yes.
use the never use the force option because
Mm-hmm.
if there are any such operations that are going on, okay, so
Mm-hmm. It
it
will
will
terminate
take
it.
some, yeah, it will terminate that transaction, and what happens is like, so whatever in between transaction is there, right? So
Okay.
once the database reach, once you start the database again, so it will take time to start that because it has to roll back and it has to make sure that the
Mm-hmm.
database will be in that particular consistent state, right?
Okay.
So it's always better you, if there are any connections that are been happening to the database, so you
Mm-hmm.
ask the application team to stop their application.
Okay.
Okay, so always do the graceful stop for the DB2.
Okay.
Okay, so suppose say like,
For instance,
yeah,
DB to
for
stop.
instance, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there will be some cases, okay. So applications has, they say like our applications has already stopped.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hello. No. Ah,
So
okay.
application team says that okay, we already stopped all
Mm.
the applications. So there are some
Okay.
other external applications which are connecting to your database. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens is like, so if we send the mail, so they were not be in the same time zone what we are working in,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we don't have any option at that time. So in that situations, what we have to do is like we have to force the connections first. So you should not be using
Okay.
DB2 stop force. Okay, you
Okay.
have to force all the
Just
connections that are
all
connected to
the
the
connections.
database.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So once that is done, then you go for the DB2
DB
stop.
to stop.
Yeah. So when you hit DB2 stop, what happens is like first the database will be getting deactivated.
Okay.
Okay, and whatever the memory that the instance has consumed, so it will
Mm.
bring down all that memory and it will
So
make
when
it
it's
it
required, DB to stop. When it's required.
when any maintenance activity is happening, suppose like if the os patching is scheduled.
Okay.
Okay,
So we need to stop the instance that time.
yeah, we need to stop it.
Or
DBA will be involved in that activity to stop and
okay.
start the databases.
Okay. No. Stop and start the database or stop and start the instance.
Instance, I mean instance in the sense like
Instance.
database. I mean they will create a
Oh.
task for you to stop the
Okay.
database and start the database. Okay, it
Okay.
means
Okay.
we have to stop the instance and we have to start the instance.
Okay. And for
So
any
the
DB
terminology,
activity, we need to stop the instance for
yeah,
DB
not
activity
all
like
the,
okay, like
yeah, if there is any
fix pack
patching,
installation, DB upgrade.
yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, for those it is obviously like we have to stop and start the database
Stop and start the
instance.
instance. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So before you do the upgrade, okay, you will stop the database. Okay. So you will
Okay.
install the database whatever the version, and then you
Hmm.
will update the instance. You will start the instance. Okay.
Okay.
So we will go through the upgrade process at the end of the course,
Okay.
like how actually we
Okay.
can do the upgrades.
Okay.
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 So so now that is what like never use DB to stop force until and
Yes.
unless it is
Yes.
a dev system. Okay. So in
Dev system
production
means
systems, development system. I mean
development system.
that,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah. So development
Okay. We
systems
have a
we
lot
can
of
use it.
server development, test, and production. So on
Correct.
production, we not apply any time not to apply
Yeah.
DB to force.
Correct.
Stop
Correct.
forcefully, right?
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
stop
Okay.
forcefully. Always
Okay.
check
But
if
we
there are
need
any
to stop
corrections to
forcefully
it.
application. We need to we could.
No, we have to applications what are connected. We can forcefully disconnect those. You can
Okay.
terminate
Okay.
those connections. Okay, that is not a
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
Okay. Whereas when you
Okay.
stop the DB2, what happens is like whatever that is what are the transactions that has been happening. So it will be abruptly terminated, which is not a
Okay.
good sign. I mean, one if something happens and when you start the database, so DB2, the DB2 will not start uh, as usual sometimes. Okay, so that is
Okay,
why
okay,
never don't use DB2 stop force until and unless
okay,
it is required.
okay,
Okay, so stopping DB2 stop is for DB2 stopping the instance. Okay,
okay,
and yeah, so that is about the instance. Okay, whatever
okay.
the
So
instance.
DB2 stop forcefully is the command, or DB2 stop force only is the command?
DB2 stop space force. DB2 stop
Force, okay,
space force. Yeah,
force.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay. So
okay,
that is all about the instance. Okay, the instance in our DB2. Okay, now we will
okay,
go for the database. Okay,
okay.
so database, actually database is just a word that we will be using. Okay, but
Mm,
DBA will be knowing like what are the different storage objects that we have in the database. Okay,
okay.
so what do you mean by database? You have any idea like how you describe a
Database is a
database?
collection of data in an organized way.
Okay, right. So that is true. So I mean, uh, if you want to make sure like your data should be in a, I mean like the relational databases. Okay, there should be a relation between tables. Okay,
This is a
so that is
relation
what.
database.
Yeah. So relation we usually DB2
Hello.
is a relation. Hello, you can hear me? Sahil, can you hear me?
Yes,
Sahil, can you hear me?
there is network issue. Yes,
Can you
yes.
hear me
Hello.
now? Okay,
Yes.
maybe some network.
Mm, yes, I think your side is some network issue.
No, I have the proper network actually.
Sometime voice is coming, sometime not coming. Interruption in between.
Okay. Okay, so that might be some network. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So now, so yeah, database is like collection of data. So where you
Yes.
can represent the data in a table and the views format. Okay.
Okay.
So table and view format in the sense like the row and column. So
Yes.
how you show the data is like in the tabular
Hmm.
format where the data will be in the rows and columns.
Okay.
That is how the data will be stored in the relational databases.
Yes.
So
Yes.
DB2 LUW is a relational database where you
Relational
can
database. Yes.
manage,
Right.
yeah, you manage the data using the tables, views, all these
And
objects.
columns. Okay.
Yeah. So this is just like we know this is how database contains tables, views, storage procedures, okay, functions, okay,
Hmm.
and so it will be having some materialized query tables, okay,
Hmm.
and it will be having some uh, different objects, okay, we can
Okay.
we can get to know like alias, indexes, all these things
Hmm.
we know the basic about the database, okay,
Okay.
but these are all these are the logical objects, okay,
Okay.
table is a logical object, view
Logical
is a log,
operations.
yeah, view is also a logical object, okay,
Okay.
whatever there, okay, this tabular data, it will be
Hmm.
stored in a, how the data will be stored in the systems.
In database.
No, I mean in Linux or anywhere, how the
Hmm.
data will be stored in the system.
Data will store in the system in containers.
No, yeah, not I not exact. Don't go for the database thing. So just a
Okay.
simple thing. How you will
Oh,
save the
in a
data
file. In a file.
exactly. So file is the physical thing that will be
Physical thing.
existing in your
Yes.
server. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Table is not a physical thing. So table is
Yes.
just like whatever the data that you have in the disk. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it will go and
Yes.
fetch the data and it will show you in the row and column format.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so table is actually a logical object.
Logical of it.
Okay, whereas all these tables will be there in one file, right? The table data will be in a file. Okay,
Yes.
that
Okay.
we will call where the table data will be stored in the DB2 database is what we call it
We call
as table spaces.
table space. Yes.
Table space, a space
It
which is
is a
reserved for the
physical thing.
tables. Yeah, so table space is nothing but the physical
Hello.
in the DB2 database. Sahil,
Table spaces. Yes, your voice is not coming. Hello.
how about now? I'm not sure what happened. Hello, I can hear you clearly.
Yes, but your voice is not coming actually. Sometimes coming and sometimes quite.
Oh, okay. Is it
Yes,
clear
now
now?
now you are visible. Now yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So this table data will be stored in a storage location
Table
called
space.
table space.
Table spaces. Okay.
Okay, in yeah, table space in our database.
Okay.
Okay, so there are different types of table spaces that we have. Okay, so we
Okay.
will understand because this is also a important interview question like what are the different
Okay.
types of table spaces we have in the DB2.
Okay.
Okay, so we will understand what are those table spaces that we have.
Okay.
Okay, so before going to
Could
that,
I tell you?
let's
Could I
first,
tell you? I little bit know about table spaces. We
yeah,
have,
yeah,
I
sure,
think,
sure.
three type of table spaces. One is
Hmm.
data manage. Am I
Okay,
correct?
yeah,
Database managed. Some one is the system managed, and one is the
okay.
temporary table spaces.
No, temporary table space is not a kind of table space. Okay, the other one is like automatic storage table space.
Automatic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
the
there are
two are
three
quite
types.
three types of table spaces. As you
Okay.
said, database managed, system managed,
Okay.
and the other one is like automatic storage table space.
Okay.
Okay.
Database
So this,
managed to automatic.
yeah,
Automatic storage
automatic,
manage.
yeah, automatic storage table space,
Storage table.
table space.
Database managed and system is managed.
Yeah, system
Right.
managed space. Yeah,
So what are temporary and user space?
those are table spaces. Okay.
Okay.
So that is those are the table spaces, but that is not you cannot say that those are different types of table spaces. It will not list user space,
Okay.
temp space. Okay, so there is a purpose
Okay. Okay.
of those
This
table
is a part
spaces
of.
that yeah. So the
So those
user
are the part
space
of these three.
correct
Yeah. Yeah.
any of these three. Okay, so user space, table
Okay.
space can be a database managed table space or a system managed table space or a automatic storage table space.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, same as temp space also. So you can make
Okay.
temp space as system managed, as database managed, or automatic storage table space. So,
Okay.
so the definition of these table spaces will be defined at the time of creating the database.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
for now we will understand that. So just the database when you create a database. So what are the things
Uh,
that will be getting created in your database? We
okay.
will look into that. The different types of
Okay.
database objects that we will be getting.
Okay.
Okay, so just uh, go to the
Create a database.
command from yeah DB2 create database. You can give one any database name.
DB2
This is just a
create
simple example to create a database.
DB2
Database.
create database.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
can say
data
MyDB.
database my
MyDB.
DB.
It will take some time to get the database created.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
you didn't
So we will
mention
look when we create a database, how many things automatically create.
correct.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here you didn't mention the
Any path.
path where the path where the database is created. So now
Okay.
tell me where the database will be created, in which path?
My instance path in
How,
DB2
how
my
how do you know?
INST1.
How do you know like it will be in your this one, my NST1?
Actually, my boundaries is my INST1. All the database activity in the my INST1 actually. That's why I'm thinking.
No, no, that is not the right thing. So
Okay.
why it is because in the database manager configuration parameter, you have seen the
Mm-hmm.
default DB path parameter,
Okay, okay, okay.
right?
Okay.
So
Right, right,
whatever the
right.
databases that you are going to create under this instance,
Okay.
if you
Okay.
don't mention any database, you have to create in that path.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay. 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 So it will go default DB path.
Default DB path, correct.
Okay. So I think my default DB path is DB2 INST, my INST1, right? Could I check?
Yeah, slash DB2, slash DB2, slash NST1.
Okay. Grep hyphen I means sometime we use high, sometime we use E.
No,
Hello.
hyphen I is for case sensitive. Upma.
But means it will be, it could be capital or it could be small. So it will show both, right? Hyphen I. Hello. Hello.
Sorry, hyphen I is ignore case, correct.
Okay. And hyphen E exact.
Hyphen I, hyphen I is like exact, correct. It should be exact
Okay. Graph
match
I
of the input
D
string that
B
you are
D F D B
df df. Yeah, you can
D
just
B.
enter df. No,
Mm,
just enter df. DFT. It is DFT DB.
D F T.
Yeah.
Just
So
DB2
if you
my
see,
NST one. Okay. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So let the database
So
create.
database I think is just we need to check from second one. DB2 list active database or
Just
DB2 list
DB2
DB
list
directory.
data. DB2 list
DB.
DB directory. DB2 list DB directory.
Yes, it's already created.
No,
Hey,
no, it
just a
is.
minute. I have a call. Just so our
Yeah,
database is created,
no, not yet created. So that should
not yet created.
the command that you have entered. It will just show like so the database is here. So once this command
Okay.
returns,
Yes, I think
sorry.
now just a minute. I'll go to the another terminal. Yes, the create database command complete successfully.
Okay. So now,
Yes.
what is the default database path?
Slash db2 my inst1.
Yeah, go to slash db2 my nht1.
So we need to go there.
Yeah, right.
Just a minute. Db2 create. Actually, I'm noting down something. That's why
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
db
Yeah, it is required. I mean, if you have the notes
yes
right, so it will be easier for
to
you
create
to
data
refer before for any
id.
interviews or something.
Okay. Then we'll go to default db path. Yes. cd slash db2 slash my inst1,
Yeah.
not such file directory. cd only db2
My
my inst.
inst1.
Mm,
No,
mm,
just do
mm.
see pwd.
Okay, we
So
are
it
I
is
think
it
already in ls hyphen
my
ltr.
in. Oh, it is my
We have already in
int1. No, no, no.
or
If you see the home directory, it is my int1. Not a
my
problem. So
int1.
just
Okay,
go. Yeah. So you are already there. Okay.
already there. Yes.
not
So
ls
ls,
hyphen ltr. Yeah,
yes, yes. We have two files, my inst1 and sql lib.
right. So go to my sql lib is your instance directory. Okay, when you create the instance, the sql lib directory will be getting created.
Okay. And when
Okay.
we create a database, my inst1 will create it.
Yeah, my inst1 is the instance name. Okay.
Okay.
So first it
cd
will be the instance name, then it will be your database name.
inst1 ltr ls hyphen ltr ls hyphen ltr. Yes, this is the only one folder, node double zero
Yeah,
double zero.
node. Yeah, go to node 000.
Okay. Folder है ना, इसलिए directory है ना, right?
Yeah, there is a directory cd.
Directory will create node double zero cd. Okay, node.
So here you can see my DB. Okay,
Okay,
so go to my DB. That is your database
my
name.
db. Okay, okay. cd case sensitive.
Just to tab my M, capital M tab. Yeah,
Okay,
ls hyphen ltr.
ls hyphen ltr. Okay. So we have, I think, here these are table spaces.
Correct. So these are the
Okay.
default three
Table.
table spaces will be getting created
Okay.
when you create a database.
Database.
So what are those three table spaces is like the user space one.
Just a minute, I'll download it down. Zero.
Oh,
We, so always we have three directory when we go to the node double zero double zero
yeah, these three are the directories. Yeah. So
directories.
the in MyDB, okay. So you will get
Okay.
what are all the table spaces that you have.
SQL dbdir.
Yeah.
Just tell me first and ask for SQL dbdir.
Sorry.
SQ,
Okay, these
SQL.
three directories are okay. SQL
Yes.
DBDIR.
In SQL dbir, what we have?
So that is the all the database related information files that you will be getting.
Okay. Database
Okay.
related. Not
Yeah,
data.
no, not data. It does not have the data.
Okay.
It is the
Database
meta. Yeah,
related
database
information.
related files. Yeah,
Information is
information you
correct?
will be finding. Yeah, information is correct.
Okay. Okay. Next
In
SQL
SQL DB.
double zero double zero one.
Yeah. So this is actually the I mean like what the log file path. Okay.
Okay.
So
It is
this
the
is
log
the
file path.
default. Yeah, this is the default
It is
log
the
file path that the database is using.
default log file path. Okay.
Yeah.
And our last one is the DB name, my DB, right?
Correct.
My
Yeah.
DB. It contains table spaces, data, right?
Yeah. It contains the data information. Correct.
Means data information and container or table spaces and table spaces.
So that no, that is the container. T000,
Okay, and
T0001,
container.
T0002 is a table space container actually.
Okay, I noted down. Yes. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead. So we have T triple zero T zero. We can say T0, T2, T1.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, yeah. So this SQL 000 directory is there, right? Sorry, that is
Hmm.
I was wrong. So it is not the actually the log file path. Okay. So that contains
Hmm.
all the database related files like the database history file. Okay. So
Okay,
if you want to
it's
look at
okay. Just a minute. I'll correct my sentence. So it's a database history file.
Yeah, database history files. Okay,
Content.
and the
Yes,
control
history
control
files.
files, control
Control
files,
files.
configuration
Control
files.
file. Okay, ठीक है. Okay,
Okay,
ठीक.
and some
ठीक.
locking files. So if there are any files related to logs,
Logging file. Okay.
you can, yeah, you can find those files here.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
Okay. So we will check first containers.
yeah, we will go to the containers first. Okay,
Okay.
so what exactly the
o-
containers are?
Okay.
So 01 T000 T002, these three are the table space containers. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so if you see the last digit 012,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
that specifies your table space ID.
Okay. Only last two digit.
One digit.
One digit. One. Okay.
Yeah, 012. Okay, if you see 012,
Okay.
so that 012 indicates the table space ID.
Okay.
Okay, how to check the table spaces that are created in your database?
Okay.
Okay, DB2 list table
Just a
spaces.
minute. Have last number which shows table space ID.
Yeah, table space ID. So see,
Space.
if there are more than 10, if there are more than 10, sorry, 9
Okay.
table spaces,
Okay.
then it will mark it as T0011.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
T00012 like that.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're telling one command.
DB2.
DB2. Could I run here or we need to exit first?
Yeah, before the table spaces, let's see what that DB2 list DB directory information you will get.
DB2 list. DB. Okay, we have another session. We can go there.
Yeah, right.
DB2. DB2 list
DB2
DB
list DB
directory.
directory. Correct. Yeah.
Already we have fired that command. Yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
the first one is your database
DB2
alias.
alias. Okay.
Okay. So that
Okay.
alias name will be, you can name it as anyone, anything. So suppose you are
Okay.
creating a database called MyDB. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to change the alias name from MyDB to Sahil's DB.
Okay.
Okay. Sahil DB. If you just want to refer MyDB as Sahil DB, you can add a alias to that database name.
Okay.
Okay. So you can connect to
Okay.
the database using MyDB or Sahil DB. You can use any
Okay.
of
Both
those
will work.
database names. Both will work.
Please.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is what the alias database alias is. And database name is the exact database name that you are provided.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one is local
So
database
database
directory.
alias is just like a nickname.
Nickname. Correct. You can give a nickname to your database.
Okay. So could we give a nickname right now?
Yeah, you can. But before that, let's just discuss about what are all these things.
Okay. Okay. It's just a nickname. We can give any name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the next one is local database directory is where what is your database path.
Okay.
Okay. So as the default
Okay.
database path is /db2 myNHT1, it has created your database in that directory.
Okay. It is a
Okay.
default database directory. It is a default database directory.
In instance, you
It is
can
a
see the default database directory, right?
okay.
So if you
Okay.
change, if you change the path of the database, like you don't want it into /db2 /myNHT1, if you just want to
Okay.
create it in /db2 uh, database, okay, then you can mention that path, whichever the path that you want
Okay.
your database to be created
At the time of creation, or we can
at the time
change
of
all,
creation
all
only.
the.
You
Okay.
cannot you cannot change the database path once it is created.
Okay.
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 So the next one is like uh, database release level.
Okay.
So which your database manager, right? So the level,
Mm-hmm.
the release level of our instance. So you can get to
For
know what is your instance
okay.
release level.
Okay.
Okay. So when you do
Okay.
DB2 get DBM CFG, so you
Okay.
will get the database manager release level. It's something like
Okay.
000x15.
Oh
Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
So yeah, that 15 is your release instance release level. So that is what this.
Okay.
So whatever the instance release level, so the database release level is also will should be also be the same. Those should not be
Okay.
different. Those won't be any different, right? If you are creating your database under the instance which is having the release level as 14, then by default the database release level will also get 14,
Okay.
right? So comment.
Okay.
So when creating the database, you can add a comment saying like, so so this is Sahil's database,
Okay.
kind of any comment that you can use.
Okay. All these things we can do only at the time of creation.
Correct, correct. Only at the time of creation. Okay.
Okay.
So directory entry type. So there are different directory entry types. It's like
Okay.
uh, if your database is in the current database server. Okay. So
Okay.
it means like, see, database can be on different systems. If I want to connect to the database called
Okay.
MyDB, okay, the
Okay.
thing is like I have to catalog the database in my system and I have to connect it to you.
Okay.
Whereas I will become remote to your server, correct?
Okay.
So as you have logged in MyINST1, so this will become the local for you. MyDB is in this system and you are
Okay.
with user MyINST1. So that is the local for your system.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I am
Okay.
who is outside from the system wants to connect to the database,
Okay.
I will become the remote.
Mm.
Remote,
Okay.
remote in the sense outside of your system. Okay,
Okay.
so this is what this directory entry type will define, whether it is a
Okay.
local directory, whether it is
Okay.
a remote directory, or that is what it will define. So when it is indirect, it means that
It
database
means it's
is
local.
local to your system.
Okay.
Okay,
Or when it's remote, so it shows direct or anything else.
me, it will show
Hello.
remote.
Achha, it will show
It will show
indirect or
remote,
remote. Okay. Okay.
remote.
Okay. Next one,
Okay,
catalog database partition.
yeah, partition number is like so if your database is partitioned in one or two. Okay, so partition number in the sense like it will tell which partition your database is. Okay, suppose you have the
Okay.
database which is like 220 TB of the database you have. Okay,
Okay.
so you will do the partition for the 20 TB. Okay,
Okay.
what happens is like the data will be equally distributed on the three different systems. Okay,
Okay.
so then the DB2 will name the first system as 0, second system as 1, third system as 2. It starts from 0. Okay. So these
Okay.
different systems, what we call as partitions.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So as our database is not
Okay.
partitioned, so it is by defaultly showing as
So it
partition
shows
0.
zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
Okay. So that is the database partition number is. So next one is alternate server host. So you can mention the alternate server host and port name. Okay. Why this is required? Okay. Let me tell you why this is required is suppose
Yes.
you have a database. It is again the cluster concept. Okay. When you have a cluster, then
Okay.
only
Okay.
this alternate server host name is used. Suppose say you
Okay.
have a cluster. Okay. So in that
Okay.
you are having two systems. Okay. System one and system two.
Okay.
Okay. So your
So
database,
it is a part of a mainframe. You was
No, not a
telling
part of
we have
mainframe.
cluster in. Okay,
No, cluster is not related to anything to mainframes actually.
okay, okay.
Okay. So you know what the functionality of cluster is? Sahil? Yeah, Sahil, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So suppose say like the example of this alternate server host name and port. So in which cases you will use this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
suppose say you are maintaining your data on two systems, the same data.
Okay.
Okay. On server one, you have your database. On server two, you have the same database and the same data. Okay. So now
Hmm.
if your server one goes down,
Okay.
okay. So
Okay.
then that is a loss for the business.
Okay.
So business does not want those type of downtimes actually,
Okay.
right? So suppose your server one is down and your server two is functional. Now what should happen is, so whatever the connections that are going to server one, it should reroute those connections to the
Hmm.
server two, so that your applications will
Okay.
keep on running. There won't be any downtime for the
Okay.
applications. Okay.
Okay.
So this is what that alternate server host name is. So you will mention the alternate server host name, IP address or the host name here, so that if something happens to
Okay.
the database on server one, then it should reroute your connections to the server two.
Okay.
Okay. And if it has the host name, so you should have the port number also, right? Port number is mandatory
Okay.
to connect to
Yes.
the database. Okay. So
Okay.
that is the significance of alternate server and the host name.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about the
Okay.
what exactly the DB2 list DB directory will show you.
Hmm.
Now you have created the database. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go into the table spaces. What are the table spaces that it has created?
Okay. What is the command for
Okay.
that?
D, DB2 space
DB2 space
list space
list
space table spaces.
DB2 list table space. Hello.
Yes, table spaces.
Table spaces.
Yeah,
Enter.
enter. Yeah, you will get an error saying like no connection established or something like that. Enter.
To connect to my DB.
1 second. Your screen is not refreshed actually. So if you see the
So could I stop
yeah,
and
okay. No, no, no. I got it. I got it now. Okay.
just a minute.
Yeah.
Share a screen. Entire screen. Yes, it is visible.
It's loading still.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Now,
entered.
now. Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
now if you see the first database objects that it will be created is your table space. Okay.
Yes.
Once the table space is created, just remember, then the sorry, first the buffer pool will be created for your database.
What is buffer
You
pool?
can, I will explain you what is buffer pool. So just remember
Okay.
or note it down. What are the default objects that it will be created is first it will create the buffer pool.
When we create the database,
Yeah, when you
it is a node
enter
point,
the
right?
command, yeah, note it down.
When just a minute, when we
Create a
enter
database.
a command
Yeah,
for DB creation,
yeah. below are the
creation. Okay,
objects.
next.
Yeah, below are the
B
objects that
below
will be created.
all the objects
That
will
will be
create.
created. Yeah. So under that, the first one is buffer pool.
Okay,
Okay.
buffer pool next.
After that, table spaces.
Okay,
After that, schema.
okay.
After that, tables.
SC after that tables. Okay,
Yeah. After that, indexes,
indexes.
then views.
Then views.
Yeah, views.
Okay, ठीक.
Okay.
Buffer
After
pool
that,
table is with Smeka tables, index and views
yeah.
and okay.
After that, so
Next.
if you have storage procedures, functions, or any routines, those are all will be created. So it is okay if you can,
Stored procedure
yeah, store procedures, MQTs, and functions. All these will be created.
function. Okay,
Okay. So now,
okay,
so leave buffer pool as of now. So we'll explain
o-
about these table spaces first.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. When you create the database, these are the
Mm.
three
Three table.
table spaces will be created.
Okay,
So one is
okay,
syscat space, one is temp
okay,
space, one is user space.
okay.
Okay. So do list tables, DB2 list table spaces, show detail, enter show detail again
Just,
at the end.
just a minute.
Yeah.
Will be created. One is database manager space. Database
Yeah, yeah.
managed space,
No need to
and
write it
one
down.
is okay,
No, don't write it down as of now. So just
okay, okay.
enter the same command with show detail at the end.
Show detail. Okay,
Yeah, show details.
details or detail.
Details, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, anything will work.
detail is working.
Yeah, just go up.
Just a minute. Yes.
Okay. So first, the first one that you can see is table space ID.
Okay.
Okay. So here
Okay.
you just look at something called page
Just a minute.
size,
I'll check. Page total pages.
page size.
Page size.
Yeah, page
Page
size.
size.
So what
Yes.
exactly a
Page
page size
size.
is? Yeah, what exactly a page size is? Okay. So your memory,
Okay.
sorry, so your disk, whatever is there, right? Your storage
Okay.
disks,
Okay.
okay? Those will be, uh, I mean, divided in several parts. You can
Okay.
call the whole thing as a disk, okay? Under
Okay.
that, it will be having blocks. Under those blocks, it will be
Blocks.
having, yeah, under those blocks, it will be having pages, sorry, extents, and in under extents, it will be having pages. So
Okay.
when you take a notebook, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
all the so you call it as a notebook because it contains group of
Pages.
pages,
Group of
number of
pages.
pages, okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what it is, so when we say page, okay, so it will tell you like s- uh, how many words or alphabets or paragraphs that a page can contain, okay.
Okay.
So see, a page size in the sense like, so how many characters, how many paragraphs or how many words that it can fit into a page.
Okay.
Okay. So see, if you Right, if handwriting, if you take handwriting, right? So everyone, different people will be having different handwritings. Okay,
Yes.
so someone will write it smaller, someone will write it like in the like a bigger size, the alphabets and
Okay.
everything. Okay,
Okay.
so if you take the system, if you take system
Hmm.
and if you enter it in a Arial or
Hmm.
okay, so
Okay.
what happens is like, so that page can, that whatever the page size that it has, it will fill, suppose say like 10,000 letters.
Okay.
Okay, so 10,000
Okay.
letters will be the, it can accommodate only 10,000 letters in that page.
O-
Okay,
Okay.
so if you want to write something, then you have to turn the page and you have to write it. Correct.
Yes. Yes.
So
Correct.
the size of that page is 10,000 bytes.
Okay. 10,000.
Okay, bytes.
Where? Actually,
Yes,
page
example,
size it's showing.
example.
Okay. 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 Just okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
example. So in a page, you can write only 10,000 letters, not more than
Okay.
that. Okay. And if you want to write something, you will be going to the new page. Correct.
Okay. Correct.
So this 10,000 is what you call as page size. Okay.
Page size.
Now
Okay.
the
Okay.
same thing will be there in the disk, on the disk level.
Okay.
Okay. On the disk level, you will be having the pages. Okay. Where each page will be different. Okay. So one
Okay.
is
Okay.
4096 bytes, which is like 4 KB. Okay.
Okay.
8 KB,
Okay.
16 KB,
Okay.
32 KB,
Could be 4 KB, 8 KB,
yeah,
16
8,
KB.
16 KB or 32 KB.
Okay.
Okay.
So we could we
So
change this one?
no, it should be when it will be created at the time of database level only. We can mention what
Okay.
is the table, what is the space size of the table space.
Okay. But right now we just only fire the command DB to create a database.
Right. It will take all the default things into the consideration.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now
Okay.
here the page size, it is saying like 4096 bytes.
Okay.
Okay. So the when you enter a DB to create DB name, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the default database page size will be
Four
4096 bytes,
nine
which
six.
is
Okay.
4 KB. Okay.
Okay.
So that is a database page size. Here
Okay.
you, the same page sizes will be applicable for the table spaces,
Okay.
default table spaces. Okay.
Okay.
So now you should have got an idea what the page size is. So page size is how many bytes a page can contain maximum,
Okay.
which is,
Okay.
so here when it say 4096 is the page size, so only
Mm-hmm.
4096 bytes will be there in
It
one page,
can, yes, it can store. Okay.
right? And if we want to write something, so it will go for the next page. Okay, so
Okay.
that is what the page size is. This is the main parameter that we will be considering when creating the database. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, so that is about the page size. We will discuss about the user pages, all these later. So before
Mm-hmm.
that, so you just see the table space ID, the name of the table space, and
Mm-hmm.
type of the table space.
Okay.
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 So now the type of the table spaces you see as database managed space, system managed space. Okay,
Okay.
and go to the other one, which is user space one. So user space one
Yes.
should be database managed space. Okay.
Okay.
So here, what is exactly the database managed space and what is system managed space? Okay.
Okay.
So this database managed space is something like which can be uh, which can be monitored or which can be managed by your database in a
Okay.
sense. So if you have a file system,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so
Mm.
on that file system, so the table space container, okay, which is like T0001, okay. So T0001 is a table space container, okay. And
Okay.
what happens in a database managed space is, so you can define the maximum size of that table space,
Okay.
okay. Suppose say like if you have a table space and you have mentioned that maximum size of the table space is something like 100 GB,
Okay.
okay. What happens is that data will keep on coming into the database, okay.
Okay.
So what happens is like the table space size will grow,
Hmm.
okay. So it will grow till the 100 GB whatever you have mentioned,
Okay.
okay. So that is this database. On the database you have defined that the size of the table space should be only 100 GB,
Okay. Okay.
okay. So that is why it is managing by your database, right?
Okay.
You can manage that using the database.
Okay.
So suppose say like your file system, which is slash db2 slash my, this is what my
My
in
NST1.
my inst1. Suppose slash db2 slash my inst1 is 500 GB you have free space,
Okay.
okay. So in that you have created your database, okay. And
Hmm.
for suppose say for user space one, you have mentioned that maximum size of the user space one is 100 GB,
Okay.
okay. The total file system size is 500 GB, okay.
Okay.
So now if the 100 GB has been consumed, and if you want to if it reaches the 100%, you will get an error saying like the table space is full, you cannot insert any other data into the table space,
Okay.
correct. So that is the error
Okay.
that you will be getting, and till 100
Okay.
GB it will stop inserting the data.
Okay. So now all these three, how many? What is the space of all three table spaces we can check?
Now we will come to that later,
Okay. Okay.
the
Okay.
maximum that it can be, okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now, so as I said, like so user space one will be like 100 GB maximum, okay.
Okay.
So even though you have 400 GB of the space left, so you are not going to utilize that one because you have already mentioned that your table space maximum size is 100 GB,
Okay.
okay. So that is what the
Okay.
database managed is, okay.
Okay.
So next comes to the system managed. What exactly
Okay.
the system managed is like? So whatever the file system is there, okay.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
the system managed space is like your table space will grow till the file system size, which is 500 GB.
Okay.
So when you say, suppose say for user space one, you have mentioned it as system managed space, then so you will not be defining what is the maximum size that the table space should be having, okay?
Okay.
Because by default, the table space maximum size will be the free space that will be there in your file system,
Okay.
which is 500 GB. So till 500 GB, it can grow.
Okay.
Understand? This is what the
Yes. Yes.
system managed space and the database is.
Okay. Okay.
So there are other differences also. Okay, we will discuss that.
Okay.
So if if you have clear with this one, like what is the difference between the first difference between the database managed and the system managed space?
System manage. Yes.
Okay,
So in yes. Yes.
so this is the differences, the major difference between the DMS and the SMS.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so there is one option where you can make your database managed space to grow till 500 GB.
Okay.
How we can do that is, so we have an option called auto resize.
Okay.
Okay, So with that
Okay.
auto resize option, what happens when you make it as on? So even though if it reaches 100 GB, okay, so it will still
Okay.
utilize, it will still grow till the 500 GB
Till the 500
based
GB.
on, yeah, so based on the however the space getting utilized.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
that is what we call it as automatic storage.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
converting the database managed space to the automatic storage space is with the option called auto resize option.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so now we have got the three table space, different table spaces, right?
Yes.
One is
Right.
SMS, one is DMS, and one is
DMS
automatic storage.
automatic storage.
Yeah. Okay. So here there is one difference. Okay.
Okay.
And the next difference is like in the database, you make a note of these things. Okay. These are very
Okay.
important. Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So whenever for the database yes, DMS table spaces,
Mm-hmm.
okay, DMS table spaces requires the file or the device name when it is get when we are creating the DMS table space. Okay, we
Okay.
need to provide a file name or the device name.
Okay.
Okay, and we have to mention the initial size of the table space.
We need to provide a name, file name, a table
We
name.
need to provide the file name or the device name. Device in the sense the directory where the table space should be created.
Okay.
Okay, you
Okay.
mention this point. You can mention a table like DMS, SMS, and automatic storage. So there in
Mm-hmm.
DMS you can mention like so in DMS you have to give the file name or the directory
Okay.
and you have to mention what is the size of the table space first, initial
Okay.
size of the table space. Okay, you can give
Okay.
it as like 8 MB, you can give it as 10 GB or anything you can
Size
give it.
of size of a table space.
Size of the table space container. Yeah, size of the table
Oh,
space.
okay.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
in SMS table space, so you don't have to, uh, yeah, you don't have to give the file name. Okay, you can just give the directory where the table space should be getting created.
Okay. We can only give the directory
Directory name where the table space should get created.
name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the directory name. You can give the directory
Okay.
where the table space should get created. Okay. So the next one
Okay.
is automatic storage table space. So here,
Okay.
aut- automatic storage table space, you don't have to provide anything, the directory name or the file
Okay.
name in the automatic storage space. Because when we creating the database or the table space, right?
Okay.
Sorry, when you are creating the database, okay, you have an
Okay.
option to mention the automatic storage path.
Okay.
Okay, so like
Okay.
DB2 create database name. Okay, then you can mention automatic storage path. So automatic storage path, you can mention something slash DB2 slash data. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then you hit enter. Okay,
Okay.
so what happens is like, so whatever the table spaces that are going to create as the automatic storage space, okay, it will
Okay.
be directly creating into that directory. I will show you that
Okay.
syntax, how the automatic storage will work. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so it will be like auto create database name. Okay, using automatic storage. You will give
I
the
need to write command.
no, don't write it. Just remember
Okay.
how it should be. I will show you
Okay.
that
Okay.
command how
Okay,
exactly
okay,
the automatic storage. So
okay,
automatic storage space, you will mention the paths while creating the database.
okay, okay,
Okay. So that is why when creating a table space, it does not require anything to be specified. Okay.
okay,
So you
okay,
just have to mention saying that use this automatic storage path.
okay, okay,
Okay, whatever the automatic storage name that you are giving, you will just you mention that when creating this automatic storage table space.
okay,
Okay. So
okay.
then comes like the other difference is like the whatever the page size and all these things we have, right?
Right.
Okay. So it's okay. So that is not required anyways. So that we can cover when we are discussing about the this one high watermark and lower watermark.
Okay.
Okay. So here uh, when we say like as I said like the regarding the storage, whether it can grow till end of the file system, it can grow till maximum size, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here the file systems that are there, right? So file systems that we have mentioned when creating the table
Mm-hmm.
space, so
Mm-hmm.
those can be extended.
Okay.
That's okay. So it is getting hard to understand that. Okay, so just remember, just
Okay.
remember like these differences.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, just two or three differences is okay. So whenever we are discussing about these table spaces much, right? So we will
Mm-hmm.
get into that one.
Okay.
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 So one thing, one major difference is like, so with the DMS, you can extend, you can reduce, or
Mm-hmm.
you can drop the
Yes.
containers sizes.
Containers. Okay.
Okay. It means you can change the
We
size
can
of the
modify.
container.
We can modify database manage, but we can't modify
Yeah,
a system manage space. Table space.
correct. So once you created the system managed space, you cannot modify, you cannot
Okay.
drop that container. Okay, you cannot add a
Okay.
new container to that one.
Okay.
Okay, whereas the in automatic storage space, so you can reduce the size of the table space. Okay, so you can lower or higher the watermark. So I will tell you
Okay.
what the watermark is. Okay, this is
Okay.
the this is also a major difference between these three.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm. Okay.
so then when coming to the when come to the performance thing, so which
Mm-hmm.
table space will be better?
Okay.
Okay, so obviously like the best will be the database manage.
Database manage.
Yeah, okay, because system manage will
Mm.
be again like so it has to go to the file system size and it has to grow, it has to extend beyond that. So there are many
Okay.
such calculations, everything will be there. So comparing to the SMS, okay, so the best
Okay.
performance that it will give is like the database managed table space.
Okay.
Okay, so but it is okay to create the system managed space because we don't want to maintain the table spaces every time if it
Okay.
reaches the maximum size, right?
Okay.
So that is why like you can go with automatic storage space,
Or
okay,
database manage.
or database managed space.
Okay.
And system managed space are like low performance, so that is why in production systems or in the database design, so not many of the architects prefer the SMS.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so we can go with the automatic storage or the DMS. So these are
Okay.
some basic differences between these two, these three table spaces. Okay. So
Okay.
when someone says like what are the different table spaces, what are different
Yes.
types of table spaces
So
that
we have
we
database
have to
manage, system
mention?
manage, and automatic.
Automatic, automatic storage
Yes,
space.
understand. Understand.
Okay.
Understand.
And what are the default table spaces that it will be getting created is? we can say system
This these all
yeah, right. So
syscat space,
syscat space,
so,
temp space one,
temp
and
space, and
user space one.
and one is systool.
System space, yeah. So system space is newly added. I mean, after 10.5 or something. Yeah.
Okay,
So system space
so
is
we
also
have
getting
four,
created.
right? So we have
Four
total
table
four, right?
spaces. Yeah. Yeah, right.
Syscat
Four
space,
table
temp
spaces.
space, user space, and systool space. Okay,
Correct. Yeah. These are the
okay,
default table spaces will be getting created.
okay,
Okay. So, so we have now discussed the what are the different table spaces that we have and
okay,
what are the default tables that it will be getting created.
okay,
Okay. So before
okay,
closing this, so we will discuss about the buffer pool. What a buffer pool actually is.
okay,
Okay. So buffer pool is like a, your memory, not the disk. Okay. So table space is on your disk level. Okay. Whereas buffer pool is from your memory. Sile 1 second. 1 second. Okay. I will be back.
okay. Yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, buffer pool. Okay. A buffer pool is a terminology that is used. So how much of the memory that it should be reserved for the database?
Okay,
Okay. So it means whatever the database data that you have, right?
okay,
So how much of the data from the database will be there in your memory?
okay.
Okay. It is something like catchy.
Yeah.
Buffer pool is something like catchy. Okay. So it
Cache
will
memory.
cache memory. Yeah.
Okay,
What exactly that buffer pool? Buffer pool is a uh, physical physical object in your database.
it's a
Okay.
physical object.
Yeah. Buffer pool is a physical object.
Okay.
Okay.
So could
What
we check where it
this?
is?
No, it will be in your memory. It is a memory
Okay,
actually. So memory
okay,
is physical. So you can use that memory actually.
okay,
Suppose so you have the memory like 128 GB of the memory you have.
okay, okay,
Okay. So out of that 128 GB memory, okay. So how much of the data should be cached in the memory?
okay.
Why the cache is required?
Hmm.
Why the cache is required is because suppose like if so going into the disk and getting the data out of disk is time taking process.
Okay.
Okay. When the data is in memory, okay, you can
Hmm.
get the data from memory much faster when compared to the disk.
Okay.
You got it? What the difference?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah. So
So every
it is
time we are
caching.
there is no need to go into the storage and read the
Yes,
data. There all
correct.
data will be in a cache memory data, or we can
Cache memory.
okay,
That what we call it as buffer pool.
buffer pool. Okay,
Yeah.
buffer pool is a cache memory. Okay,
Yeah, cache memory, which will be
okay,
having the your data, table data and the index data, which is like cached in that memory. Okay.
okay,
Why it is required is because so when you hit a query, select
okay.
star from employee, select star from employee.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay,
First, it will go and check in the buffer pool if the
okay,
entire employee table or few pages
okay,
of the employee table has been cached in memory or not.
okay. So one question is in my mind now.
Yeah,
How we decide what data in buffer pool and what data in disk?
that we don't decide. Okay, that will be
Okay,
decided by the
okay,
DB2.
okay itself.
Yeah, DB2 itself will decide like how much what data. I mean like it will be mostly the frequently accessed data that will be cached in the
Okay,
buffer
okay,
pool.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
If
so
we are if we
DB2,
are if we are firing a same query again and again, so it will cache the
hmm,
data in buffer pool.
no, not like that.
Okay,
Okay, it is not like the results of the query will be cached in. So some part of the data from the disk will be cached
okay,
into that frequently accessed pages, I can say.
okay, okay,
Pages
okay.
by default. So that that data will be cached in the memory. Okay. Suppose say I will give you an example. Like your employee table is having 50 GB.
Okay,
Okay. So
okay,
your system is having suppose say 64 GB of the RAM.
okay.
So note it down anywhere. Just an example to understand. As
Just
your
a
RAM
minute.
size is six, yeah.
Just say again. Just I need to
So
note it down.
yeah, you have the memory which is RAM as 64 GB.
Okay, okay. RAM is 64 GB.
Okay.
Okay,
So you have a database of size, suppose say like
okay.
100 GB.
Database size 100 GB.
Okay.
Okay,
Then you have a table called employee.
table called employee.
Yeah, table called employee. Suppose say which is
We have a
30 GB.
table called employee
30 GB.
30 GB. Okay,
Yeah. Okay. So
okay,
then say like you have created a buffer pool.
okay,
Okay, with a size of some 8 GB.
okay.
Size is 8 GB.
Buffer pool
Your table size
of
is, yeah,
size 8 GB. Okay.
yeah. Buffer pool is 8 GB. Your
Or
table
table
is
size
20
30 GB.
GB.
Table is
30
30 GB,
GB.
20 GB. Okay.
Anything, 20 or 30.
Okay. Database is
Your
100 GB or RAM is
data
64 GB.
100, 64 GB. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So when you create a buffer pool and when you activate the database, okay. So
Okay.
this whatever the GB, how much is the buffer pool? 8 GB. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
8 GB of the data will be cached in that buffer pool when you activate the database.
Okay.
Okay. This 8 GB can be anything, any of the data in your database. So
Okay.
DB2 will randomly pick those pages and it will put in the buffer pool.
Okay.
So we cannot decide which table data or which data that it can be
Are available in. Okay.
buffer pool. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now, once, okay. So when you activate database, so buffer pool has cached some pages. Now you
Okay.
have hit a query, you have written a query select star
Okay.
from employee. Okay. Now
Okay.
first it will go to the buffer pool and it will check if the required data is there or not. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose say like out of the 30 GB of the table, only 10 GB of the
Mm.
10 GB of the data is available in the buffer pool.
Okay.
Okay, because there are like hundreds of tables in the database, right?
Okay.
So the DB2 will not only collect the particular all the table data in the buffer pool.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what like you have only out of 30 GB,
Okay.
only in buffer pool DB2 found only 10 GB of the data. Okay,
Okay.
then the remaining for the remaining 20 GB, so it will go and check in the disk.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
here whatever the time it was taking to get the 10 GB of
Okay.
the 10 GB of the data from the disk. Okay, so when it
Okay.
hits the memory, the result is very much faster.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so for the 20 GB, it will go and check from the disk. Suppose say if there is no concept of buffer pool, what happens
Okay.
is like it will go and check directly in the disk and it will read the disk and it will again give the output to the user. This is a
Okay. So
time
it will
time
read a
taking
total 30
process.
GBs.
It will read the total 30 GB, means
Okay.
10, 10 GB of the table data is already there in the buffer pool, and the remaining 20 GB
Mm.
it will just go and scan the table.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
here you have saved some time here, right? So
Yes.
this is the purpose like why buffer pools are used. Buffer
Okay.
pools are used in database to get the best performance for the
Best performance. Okay.
outputs.
To get
Yeah,
result faster.
faster. Okay.
Okay.
So one disadvantage with I mean like huge buffer pool size is okay. So if the buffer pool size, you suppose if you have asked the buffer pool size to 50 GB,
Okay.
okay, what happens here is like when you are activating the database, so it
Okay.
will go and collect the 50 GB from the disk and it has to put in the buffer pool,
Okay.
right? So the disadvantage here is like the activation time of your database will take much
Will
time
take low much time. Okay.
because it has to get the data from the disk and it has to put in the buffer pool and then make your database available for the connections.
Okay.
This is the only disadvantage. But in DB2 11.5.8 or 9, it has provided solution for this one using a database registry variable.
Okay.
Okay, so that is not required as of now. So, but just remember like only disadvantage with buffer pool is like the activation, the database activation time is it will take
Okay.
much longer.
Disadvantage when we mention a large
High
size of
buffer
buffer
pool
pool.
size.
Okay.
Right, right. That is the only disadvantage, but most of the things are added advantage for the buffer pools.
Okay. If we have created a large buffer pool, okay, right?
Right, right. But with that, the performance will be good.
Size database activation take longer time to start. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now you got what
Okay.
the buffer pool is, right?
Yes. Yes. Now I clear.
Okay. So now by default, a buffer pool will be created when creating the database,
Okay.
which we call it as IBM default buffer pool.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
uh, IBM default buffer pool. So as I said, like the page size. Okay. So the
Okay.
page size will be same as the database size, database page size.
Okay.
Suppose when you are creating a database, like create database, database name, okay, page size as
Okay.
16K. Okay.
Okay.
What happens is like a default buffer pool will be created with this 16K page.
16K page. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The default buffer pool size, page size will be same as the database page size.
Okay.
So how to check that? Where we can
Yes.
get the
Yes.
buffer pool information. Okay, you have it. You have a table called syscat.bufferpools.
Okay.
So we will not get the buffer pool details like DB2 list table spaces.
Yes.
So we
Okay.
have to
Same.
query a table called
Same.
syscat.bufferpools.
Okay.
Okay, you
So
can
just
run that
not
query
like that
here.
DB2 list buffer pools.
Yeah, you won't get that. Try.
Okay.
So no. So you have to query the table called syscat. So write the query
Okay.
DB2
DB2
double quotes
double quotes. Oh yes, 1 minute.
select.
I want to know when we use double quote and when we write the command directly.
Yeah. So
Some
yeah, that is a prompt. Okay, so this is the
Okay.
CLP, command line prompt, whatever you are executing here. Okay, so this is the
Okay.
command line prompt. So if you
Okay.
want to enter into the DB2 command prompt, so you just
Okay.
enter DB2, then enter,
Okay.
remove double quotes,
DB2 then enter.
enter. Yeah, it will take you to
Okay.
the DB2 command prompt. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the DB2 command prompt. Now
Okay.
you can execute any. You don't have to prefix with the DB2 every time. Okay,
Okay.
just put list table spaces,
List
list table space,
table.
no space between table space. DB2 list table spaces. Yeah, table spaces.
Okay.
Okay, you didn't enter a DB2, right? So you just entered list table
Okay.
spaces.
Okay. So which one is better? Write DB2 every time or it's on
No, I
normal?
mean, so we won't enter into DB2 prompt usually. Okay, if until and unless you are very good with the command prompts. What happens is like there are few commands like DB2 list. If you enter DB2
Okay.
list, you won't get it with
Mhm.
this DB2
Okay.
prompt.
Okay.
DB2 list, Control C.
DB2 I. Okay. DB2
DB2 list.
ILIST.
Okay, now enter into DB2 and run DB2 list. You won't get the command output.
Run DB2 enter and DB2
DB2
I list,
list.
right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yes.
you won't get
We
that.
can't
So
run
that is
that.
why,
So from if you want to if I want to exit from the DB command prompt, just only Control C.
yeah, Control C or quit or exit. You can do anything.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
No, I
So
was just asking the double code statement where
a double quotes
we
is when you are using
yes.
a when you are using a special character. Okay.
Okay.
So
Like
special characters in the sense like star. So star is a special character.
okay.
Okay. Now if you
Okay.
say DB2
DB2 double
space,
quote.
don't give double quotes,
Yes.
just
Okay.
select,
Space.
select
Select
space
space
tab name, tab
tab
name
tab name
from
from
syscat.tables
syscat dot
tables.
tables.
Yeah, enter. Okay, now
Okay.
the query has executed.
Okay.
Okay,
437 records.
yeah, 437 by default table spaces will
But
be
we have not
tables will be
created any
getting
table.
created. Yeah, we
These
haven't
all are
created any
the
table.
these all the
These are
defaults.
all, yeah, tables or views. There are some tables,
Okay.
there are some views. Okay,
Okay.
so then now it's you didn't give the select statement in the double quotes. Okay,
Okay.
run the
Yes.
same
Yes.
command with db2 select star from. Just do
Okay. Just a minute.
up arrow.
DB2
Yeah,
select.
yeah, remove tab name and just give star
Okay. DB2 select star
space star space
star.
from. Ha, enter.
Not a valid
So
in
if you see,
context.
yeah,
Okay.
so star is a special character. Okay,
Okay.
that is
So
why
if I
it
want,
didn't pro.
I will
Yeah,
give double quote, then it will execute, right?
right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You are getting. So that is how
Hmm.
the double quotes are required.
Okay. Okay. Understand.
You can you can even write db2 double quotes select table name from this one.
Okay.
Okay. So even though there is
DB2
no special character,
we can
up arrow,
also write
up
in
arrow.
double quote.
Yeah,
This one,
yeah,
right?
you can write it in double quotes. Yeah.
Okay. So it
It's
is
always
better to
better to
use.
write double quotes for every
Okay.
query.
Okay.
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 So now, yeah, DB2 double quotes.
DB2 double quotes.
Select star from
Select star from
syscat dot
syscat dot
buffer
buffer pool.
pools. Yeah, buffer
Viewed
pools.
buffer pool.
Yeah.
or pools?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, buffer pools.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will cover all the system catalogs cable table.
Oh no, no, man, it will take a year to complete.
So some of them
Those are all we can look into. Yeah.
enter. Yes, it is IBM default buffer pool.
BP in the sense buffer pool. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see 4096, okay.
Page size.
So 4096 is the page size.
Okay.
Okay. And one is your buffer pool ID. So buffer pool IDs won't start with 0, it will start with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. And what is minus two?
Okay. Minus 2 is n pages. I mean, it will tell you like what if it is a automatic buffer pool, or if it is a I mean like a restricted page size buffer pool. That is what
Okay.
that minus 2 will tell you. Okay. So
Hmm.
this is about the buffer pool, how you can check
Okay.
the buffer pool. Okay.
Okay.
If you don't want this, if you are not okay with that command prompt, the output, whatever you are getting, so there is one more command called DB2 PD.
DB2
PD.
PD.
DB2 PD is problem determination. PD in the sense
Okay.
problem determination tool. So
Okay.
we will go through this tool. We have that in the syllabus. We
Okay.
will, because this tool is very much
We will
important,
go through
and yeah, we will go
in
through.
upcoming sessions. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. For now, like
Okay.
you can even look into the buffer pool information using this
Okay.
DB2
DB2
PD
PD.
command. Hyphen
Yes.
D,
Hyphen D.
hyphen D, your database name. What is
My
the
DB
database name? Space,
space
hyphen buffer pool.
hyphen bu double f buffer.
Yeah,
Enter.
enter. Yeah. So this is the much information about your buffer pools.
Yes. Yes.
Very, very much detailed information. Just scroll up.
Okay. Okay. So we will
Yeah.
go through the
So
all these.
now we will go through how you can check about buffer pool information, table information using DB2PD
Okay.
command.
Okay. Okay.
Just look into here. ID,
Mm-hmm.
name, page size.
Yes.
Okay. This information.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
see the first one is IBM default buffer pool.
Okay.
Okay. So the rest of the buffer pools you didn't get when you look into the
Yes. Yes.
table
That
syscat.buffer.
that's the,
Yeah.
my next question.
Yeah. Because these are the hidden buffer pools.
Okay. So there are
These,
total five buffer pools, right?
yeah, five buffer pools will be getting created. 4K, 8K, 16K, 32K.
Okay.
Okay, the base size. You can look into the base size.
Yes.
Yeah, Sahil. So these are
Yes. Yes.
actually there are five buffer pools will be getting created. Okay,
Yes.
so those are hidden buffer pools.
Okay.
Okay, so those are temporary buffer pools, and which can be used based on the temporary purposes. Last
Okay.
temporary. One second.
Okay.
Okay, so that is
Okay.
why you didn't get this table buffer pool information in syscat.tables.
Okay.
Okay, so if you see the page size 4096 is the default buffer pool page
Hmm.
size, which is
Okay.
same as your database page size. Okay, so next
Okay.
comes to PNUM pages. So these many
Okay.
pages has been allocated to the buffer pool initially.
Okay.
So we won't mention any, what is the starting page size that it will be using, or the maximum number of pages that the buffer pool can use. So DB2 will
Okay.
be providing this 62227 pages of buffer pool, size of the buffer pool initially when getting created. Okay, and if you see
Hmm.
here, num TBSP, num tbsp, you can see.
Mm, I need to write down num.
No, no, here in this output you can see num tbsp,
Yes,
buffer
yes,
space
num
size.
dbs.
Yeah, it
Yes,
means like
yes.
number of table spaces are using this buffer pool.
Okay,
Okay, so why we got 4 is because we will be getting created 4 table spaces by default, right?
okay, yes.
So all those 4 table
Oh,
spaces will be using
yes.
the default buffer pool.
Yeah, okay,
Okay, so current
okay.
size is the size that we have. If you see the last one, which is automatic.
Yes,
Okay, so here
okay,
automatic will be something like so the buffer pool size can grow.
okay. So it will automatically grow.
Yeah, it will automatically grow based on the requirement.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay,
based on the is like how frequently the pages are getting used, and DB2 will decide, okay, so let's use this much
okay,
of buffer pool. So
okay,
that is how the buffer pools can be automated.
okay,
Okay, so that will
okay,
help in increasing the buffer pool hit ratio. We will discuss about the hit ratio.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
so yeah, so we just learned about the buffer pools today.